Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Behind the Screen. Now, starting your first Dungeons and Dragons campaign can be a bit overwhelming as a first time DM. You've got rules to learn, players to manage, and somehow you're supposed to build an entire world on top of that. And that's where a good module can save you, because instead of creating everything from scratch, you've got a story, encounters, and structure already built for you. But here's the problem. Not all modules are good for new DMs. Some are confusing, some are way too complex, and some just expect you to already know what you're doing. So today, I'm going to break down the top 5 D&D modules that are actually great for new DMs. So, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we've got Dragon of Icespire Peak. Now, this is one of the official starter adventures for Dungeons & Dragons, and it's actually designed with new DMs in mind. This module takes place around the town of Phandalin, and instead of one long linear story, it's structured more like a series of smaller quests. Your players can choose what they want to do, take on different jobs, and explore the area at their own pace. This is where it really shines for beginners, because it doesn't force you into one specific path. If your players go off track, it's not a problem. That's kind of the point. You can just grab the next quest, run it, and keep things moving. This module is great for learning some really important DM skills, such as running different types of encounters, handling player choice, and getting comfortable with improvising, because your players will choose things that you don't expect. Now, it's not perfect. The story isn't super long or connected. It can feel a little scattered at times. And if you're looking for a deep emotional narrative, this probably isn't it. Some encounters can also be a little unbalanced, especially if you're not paying attention as a new DM. So you might need to adjust things slightly depending on your group. Honestly, for a new DM, that's not a bad thing, because it teaches you how to adapt, adjust, and think on your feet. Dragon of Icespire Peak doesn't hold your hand, but it teaches you how to walk. It's flexible, easy to jump into, and gives you a lot of freedom as you learn. Coming in at number 4, we've got Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and this one is a little different from your typical D&D adventure, because instead of focusing on dungeon crawling, this module is all about roleplay, investigation, and city-based storytelling. The entire adventure takes place in the city of Waterdeep, which is one of the most detailed and iconic cities in D&D. Your players are trying to track down a hidden fortune while dealing with different factions, NPCs, and rival groups. This is great for new DMs who want to focus more on roleplay, NPC interaction, and storytelling as well. Because instead of running constant combat, you're running conversations, mysteries, and also decisions. And honestly, this module is one of the best for learning how to run NPCs. There are a ton of characters, each with their own personalities, goals, and secrets as well. So you get really comfortable switching between characters, reacting to player choices, and making the world feel alive. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This module can be overwhelming. There's a lot going on. Multiple factions, a lot of information, and a story that can branch in different directions. And if your group prefers combat heavy gameplay, this might not be the best fit, because a lot of the fun comes from talking, investigating, and piecing things together. But if you're willing to take your time with it, this module can teach you something really important: how to run a living, breathing world that not just encounters, but a place that feels real. It's a bit more advanced than some starter modules, but it's an amazing way to grow as a DM. Coming in at number 3, we've got Candlekeep Mysteries. And now this one's a little different from other D&D modules, but that's exactly why it's so good for new DMs. Instead of one long campaign, Candlekeep Mysteries is a collection of short, self-contained adventures. Each one is based around a mystery tied to a magical book, and each adventure can be run on its own. This is perfect if you're just starting out, because you don't have to commit to a full campaign right away. You can just pick one adventure, run it, learn from it, and then move on to the next. And that takes a lot of pressure off. If something doesn't go perfectly, it's fine. You're not messing up a long campaign, you're just learning. Another great thing about this module is its variety. Some adventures focus on investigation, roleplay, combat, or a mix of everything. So you do get to experience with different styles of DMing. Now, the downside is if it's not one connected story. So, if you're looking for a big, epic campaign, this might not give you that. And some adventures are better than others, so you might need to read through them and pick the ones you like. But for a new DM, this is one of the best ways to learn, You're getting real experience without the pressure of running something massive. And Camp Keep Mysteries isn't it's flexible, beginner friendly, and it'll definitely teach you how to become a good dungeon master. Now, coming in at number 2, we've got Lost Mine of Phandelver, and honestly, this is probably the most recommended module for new DMs of all time. Lost Mine of Phandelver is the original starter adventure for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It takes your players from level 1 through a full story involving goblins, bandits, dungeons, and a classic fantasy mystery. And this module does something really important. It teaches you how to DM while you're playing it. It walks you through how to run encounters, how to manage NPCs, and how to handle different situations at the table. It doesn't just give you content, it teaches you how to use it. And the structure is also really strong. It starts simple, gives your players clear goals, and gradually opens up into a more flexible world. So you're not overwhelmed at the start, but you still get to learn how to handle player freedom later on. It also has a great mix of combat, exploration, and roleplay, which is exactly what you want as a new DM. And again, this one isn't perfect either. Some parts can feel a little basic, and some encounters might need small adjustments depending on your group. But honestly, for a beginner, that's still not a bad thing. And this module is basically the gold standard for learning how to DM. Structured, easy to follow, and gives you everything you need to succeed. And coming in at number 1, we've got something a little bit different, and I'll admit, I cheated a little bit, but it's my list. I can do what I want, damn it. So number 1 is actually the Delian Tomb, and if you've never heard of it, that's kind of the point. The Delian Tomb isn't a full campaign, it's not a big official module, it's a short, simple adventure created by Matt Colville, specifically to teach people how to DM. And that's exactly why it's number 1, because this isn't just something you run like the other ones, it's something you specifically learn from. And if you've never DM'd before, this is the easiest place to start. It's simple, straightforward, and it focuses on the core of what D&D is. You get a clear objective, a small dungeon, a few enemies, and a complete experience in one session. No overwhelming lore, no complicated systems, just D&D. This adventure teaches you the most important things: how to run combat, how to describe scenes, how to guide players through a story, all without overloading you. And that's why this beats even something like Lost Mine of Phandelver, because Phandelver is great, but it's still a full campaign. The Delian Tomb is just, hey, here's D&D, try it, see how you like it. There's no pressure, no long-term commitment, no fear of messing things up. You just run from it, learn from it, and get better. And the Delian Tomb makes that as easy as possible. It's simple, effective, and honestly one of the best teaching tools for new DMs out there. So if you're brand new to DMing, this is where I'd start. And those are the top 5 D&D modules that I think are perfect for new DMs. And if you're just getting started, hopefully this makes choosing your first adventure a little easier. Because honestly, the hardest part of DMing isn't running the game, it's just getting started. But I want to hear from you. What was your first module that you had ever ran? Or if you're just starting out, which one of these are you thinking about trying? And if there's a module you think should have been on this list, let me know, because I'm always looking for more to check out. If this video helped you, make sure to hit the like button. It helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more DM advice just like this. If you're into Dungeons & Dragons, DM tips, and making your games better, consider subscribing. We've got a lot more coming. This has been Behind the Screen, where the dice roll low, the panic is real, and the stories are always worth it. I'll see you next session.